we will dive into estimating and reducing labor costs. Labor is often one of the largest expenses in operations. We will learn methods to analyze and manage these costs effectively. This knowledge will help you make informed decisions in your future roles. Here is an example. In a mid-sized manufacturing plant, the operations manager, Ali the barber, analyzed the monthly labor costs. This totaled $50,000. He identified that direct labor accounted for $35,000, while indirect labor was $15,000. By implementing a new scheduling system that optimized shifts based on production peaks, John reduced overtime hours by 20%. This change lowered direct labor costs to $28,000 and indirect labor to $12,000. It resulted in a total monthly labor cost of $40,000. This is a savings of $10,000. In our exploration of labor productivity measures, we focus on how effectively we use our resources. One key concept is the bottleneck. This is the stage in a process that limits overall performance. Another important aspect is idle time. This refers to the moments when workers or machines are not active, representing lost productivity. In contrast, activity time is when productive tasks are being performed, highlighting the actual work being done. To measure labor productivity, we look at direct labor content. This includes the total time spent directly on tasks, represented by the sum of various activities. We also calculate average labor utilization. This is done using a specific formula. The labor content divided by the total of labor content plus idle time. This measure reveals how efficiently labor is being utilized. Lastly, we consider the cost of direct labor. This is calculated by dividing total wages per unit of time by the flow rate per unit of time. Understanding this cost helps us grasp the financial implications of labor productivity. We will explore the production of a kick scooter, specifically the Zoota by Nova Cruise. A kick scooter is a simple yet popular mode of transportation. It consists of a deck, two wheels and a handlebar. The design is straightforward, making it easy to use for people of all ages. The images show two workers engaged in different tasks. On the left, one worker is using a machine to cut components. This step is crucial for creating the parts needed for the Zoota. On the right, another worker is assembling the finished parts. This involves putting everything together to create the final product. The assembly process consists of three main activities. Activity 1. This takes 13 minutes. It involves preparing and cutting the components. Activity 2. This step lasts 11 minutes. Here, the worker assembles the parts. Activity 3. The final activity takes 8 minutes. This is where the last touches are added to complete the Zoota. Understanding this process helps us see how each step contributes to making a quality product. Each activity is important and has its own time requirement. This table outlines the production requirements for Zootas, aiming for a total of 125 units each week. 3 workers contribute to the production process. Worker 1 takes 13 minutes to produce each unit, achieving a rate of 4.61 units per hour. Worker 2 works faster, needing only 11 minutes per unit, with a production rate of 5.45 units per hour. Worker 3 is the most efficient, completing a unit in just 8 minutes, resulting in a rate of 7.5 units per hour. The process capacity is determined by the longest task. In this case, it is the task done by worker 1 at 4.61 units per hour. The target flow rate for production is set at 3.57 units per hour, based on a 35-hour workweek. Note how flow rate is defined as the minimum of demand and process capacity. In this case, available input is assumed to be infinite. From the flow rate, we can now determine the cycle time. This is the total elapsed time required to complete one cycle of a process from start to finish. In this case, it takes 16.8 minutes per unit. To compute the utilization, we take the ratio of the flow rate to each worker's capacity. Finally, we determine the idle time for each worker. Note that this is based on a weekly demand of 125 Zootas per week, with a weekly wage of $12 per hour. The cost analysis reveals that a labor content of 32 minutes costs $6.40, and a direct labor cost of $10.08 per unit. This is good to know. In our production process, we need to balance the workload among operators. This ensures efficiency and meets demand. There are 3 key inputs. 1. Labor content. Each unit requires 116 seconds of labor. 2. Daily production. We produce 670 units each day. 3. Work shifts. We operate in 8-hour shifts. To understand our staffing needs, we calculate the total time required for production. 28,800 seconds. The takt time. 43 seconds. And finally the target manpower. 2.7. Depending on the inputs, we can increase capacity by adding more operators, or streamline tasks to make the process more efficient by reducing the number of operators. To meet demand effectively, we must balance our staffing. This ensures that each operator's time is used efficiently, allowing us to meet production goals without overstaffing. In operations, managing demand is crucial. This involves balancing the workload among workers. The actual demand shows how many products are needed over time. It can fluctuate, sometimes increasing or decreasing sharply. To manage these changes, companies often create a level demand. This means they aim for a steady output. It helps in planning and reduces stress on workers. Takt time is the time available to produce each item. For example, if the takt time is 2 minutes, each product should be completed in that time frame. This ensures that production meets demand without delays. Volume flexibility is the ability to adjust to changing demands. Companies often use temporary workers to help with this. This way, they can quickly increase or decrease the workforce as needed. Effective resource planning keeps the average labor utilization high. This means workers are busy but not overwhelmed. It helps maintain efficiency and productivity. In today's competitive landscape, understanding labor productivity is crucial for businesses. It plays a significant role in managing costs and driving revenue. As work processes have become increasingly standardized, organizations are finding ways to streamline operations and enhance efficiency. One effective strategy is staffing to demand. By aligning the number of employees with the actual demand for products or services, businesses can maximize utilization and minimize wasted time. This approach ensures that resources are used effectively, leading to better overall productivity. Another key aspect is balancing the line. This involves distributing work evenly among employees, which not only increases utilization but also frees up capacity for additional tasks. When work is balanced, employees can focus on their responsibilities without feeling overwhelmed, leading to a more productive environment. Careful design of work processes is also essential. By structuring tasks thoughtfully, companies can reduce labor content, which lowers costs. Simplifying tasks can decrease the need for highly skilled workers, resulting in lower wages. This not only saves money but also allows for greater flexibility in adapting to changes in demand. These practices improve the bottom line, create a more effective and responsive workforce. If you enjoyed this content, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.